And as parts of western New Hampshire work to clean up and make repairs, the state is stepping up to help communities.
With more on this, New Hampshire's Governor Chris Sununu joining us live here tonight in the studio. Governor, thanks for being with us. Appreciate your time tonight. So from your perspective, give us the status report statewide of where things are at when it comes to the flooding and the other things we're seeing.
Sure. So I have to say, I think your reporting has been absolutely fantastic because it's the folks on the ground. We coordinate with the local emergency directors, finding out what their needs are in the towns like Stoddard, Winchester, what they're seeing out there. Obviously, there's a lot of road washouts, maybe 6 to a dozen very significant road washouts, and then a few dozen more of the towns. And folks have to understand, in some of these rural areas, sometimes there's only 1 or 2 roads to get from here to there. So just 1 or 2 washouts can make all the difference. As the weather improves, hopefully over the next 24 hours, we're still going to be very much watching rising headwaters, especially coming down the Connecticut, the Pemigewasset. Some of these rivers can keep there, even when the rain stops, they can actually keep rising for hours as you go forward. And so the big thing with us, as I think the local emergency directors have done a great job letting know the folks that live there what to expect and the dangers that could potentially be there. We're trying to talk to those campers. We're trying to talk to those hikers. We're trying to talk to those folks that might not really be aware that we're not out of the woods yet, so to say, and they could still see some rising headwaters, and we don't want them to get isolated, right? So making sure we go tent to tent, person to person, whatever it takes to make sure people understand the risks and hopefully get them to the safety that they're going to need really over the next 48 hours.
Now, Governor, of course, there's still some rain to fall here, as we can see, and as our meteorologist noted. But when that all stops and we start to look at the cleanup process here, what kind of resources are going to be available for not only cities and towns, but some homeowners that are affected?
Sure. So we have a mutual aid program that has already been enacted. We're using mutual aid to start some of the repairs on some of the local roads as we speak. For the bigger damaged areas, my guess is that you're going to see the cost of damage exceed that define the threshold for a disaster declaration. And so we'll work with the folks at FEMA to make sure that these counties that do qualify not just get their paperwork in, but actually get the stuff processed. That can take a little bit of time. I was actually just with the FEMA director a couple weeks ago down in DC talking about that, about the fact that this process has to move faster. These communities, these small towns can't be expected to kind of float these incredibly large amounts of cash for very long. They just don't have those kind of resources. So working with our federal partners and the local partners to make sure it all happens in a quick way, and you don't let bureaucracy kind of slow things down for the folks that are just trying to rebuild their roads and get back to normal.
And Governor, speaking of rebuilding, trying to help folks out, we know that New England governors are very close. You guys talk all the time. We've been seeing the situation up in Vermont where they're getting hit even harder than we are. Massachusetts is now sending some crews up there. I know FEMA sending resources. Is New Hampshire going to send anything, or have we been asked yet by Vermont to do so?
Yeah, so I've been on the phone a couple times with Governor Scott. They really took this one right on the chin. There's no doubt about it. So our emergency management director, Rob Buxton, who talks to all of our locals, are talking to his counterparts in Vermont, and we've been very clear, whatever they need, they got it, whether it's swift boat rescue teams, whether it's DOT trucks, bags, cones, heavy equipment to start moving some of these rocks, and that when the rocks and the boulders all give way, that you got to start pulling them back in. The earlier you can pull them back in, the better. So we've just made all of our resources available to our friends in Vermont, but they have really, I mean, if you've seen some of the devastation over there, it's unbelievable. It is Irene-esque for those of us that were here back during Hurricane Irene when the flooding really got a lot of those mountain roads. That's the really big one. All these headwaters come down a mountain road and will literally take the entire road away. And even though you're safe in your home, you're completely cut off. And so getting those access points, a lot of the ATVs that we now need to go from home to home, just to get them groceries, get them what they need if they want to stay in their house for the kind of couple days or maybe even a week or more, it's going to take to actually get some of these, even the smaller things, put back together.
All right, we're certainly thinking of everyone affected. Governor, thank you so much for being here with us live in the studio.